everybody, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to understand color theory and why it's important. Sometimes as us hairdressers and clients that get their hair done, it can be a bit confusing, and some people they'll be like, oh, I want platinum blonde hair in one session, and they have like really black hair, or like, oh, why can't you get me this blonde, or why can't you get me this light in one session? And I'm gonna go into detail in this video about why, and just understanding the color theory and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to understand and learn with me, then just keep on watching. So our first primary color is going to be yellow, red, and then blue. Primary colors are pure and fundamental colors that cannot be created by combining other colors. So all of the colors are created from these three primary colors. Colors with a predominance of blue are cool colors, whereas colors with a predominance of red and or yellow are warm colors. On the right side, which is our blue, that is the strongest of the primary color and is the only primary color. In addition to coolness, blue can also bring depth or darkness to any color. And then on our left side, we have red, which is the medium primary color. Adding red to blue base colors will make them appear lighter. Adding red to yellow colors will cause them to appear darker. On the top, we have our yellow, which is the weakest of the primary colors. When you add yellow to other colors, the resulting color will look lighter and brighter. When all three primary colors are present in equal proportions, the resulting color is black or white or gray, depending on the level of the color. So, for example, natural brown has the primary color in the following proportions: blue, B, red, RR, and yellow, YYY. White can be used to lighten a color, black can be used to deepen a color. Next, we have our secondary colors, which is obtained by mixing equal parts of primary colors. So we have orange, green, and violet. So mixing blue and yellow, you will get green. Mixing red and yellow, you will get orange. And mixing blue and red, you will get violet. And you have to make sure it is an equal combination of those two colors to get the secondary colors. Our next slide is the tertiary colors, which you're mixing secondary and its neighboring primary colors. First, we have yellow-orange, yellow-green, red-orange, blue-green, red-violet, and then we have blue-violet. Tertiary colors include blue-green, blue-violet, red-violet, red-orange, yellow-orange, and yellow-green. Natural-looking hair color is made of a combination of primary colors, secondary, and tertiary colors. So the complementary colors on our next slide are the primary, secondary colors positioned directly opposite from each other on the color wheel. We have blue and orange, red and green, and yellow and violet. So looking at this chart right over here, the complementary colors neutralize each other. When you formulate hair color right, you will find that is often your goal to emphasize or distract from skin tones or eye color. You may also want to neutralize or refine unwanted tones in the hair, and understanding this chart will help you choose the correct tone to accomplish these goals. So for example, we're going to go ahead and talk about color correction. So when the client's hair is green, you're going to use red to balance. When the hair is red, you're going to use green to balance. When hair is blue, you're going to use orange to balance. When your hair is orange, use blue. When hair is yellow, use violet. And when violet, use yellow. So a good example is also purple shampoo. So you know how they say if you use purple shampoo, it'll eliminate brass for blonde hair? So that's another example. Our next slide is going to be tone or hue of color. So for this portion, hue is the balance of color. The tone or hue answers the question of which color to use based on the client's desired results. We have warm, and with warm tones, it can look lighter than their actual level. These tones are actually like a golden, orange, red, and yellow. And some hair colors use words such as auburn, amber, copper, strawberry, and bronze, which may be a better way to discuss and describe the hair color with your client. After this, we have cool tones, which can be a little bit deeper than their actual level. Those tones would consist of blue, green, and violet. Some other people, not some other people, but us hairdressers, we like to actually call those tones smoky or ash to the client. After that portion, we have our last one, which is a neutral or natural tone. Those are warm tones and are described as sandy and tan. After these slides, I went ahead and inserted some pictures so you guys can see the difference. Here's our warm, which is the golden, orange, red, and yellow kind of look. Our cool, which is like that smoky or ash color. And then our natural, which is like a sandy or tan color. So our next slide is going to be talking about intensity, which refers to like the strength of the color. There's actually 3 ways to describe it, which is soft, medium, and strong. So the color intensifiers are tones that can be added to a hair color formula to intensify the result. So we have our base color, which is the predominant tone of a color. Each color is identified by the number and a letter. The number indicates the level and the letter indicates the tone. So for example, 6G is a level 6 dark blonde with a G gold base. So instead of going ahead and using a PowerPoint to go ahead and present this to you, I'm going to go and show you guys so we can switch it up a bit. So I have my Wella color chart thing that you refer to. Is it focusing? Right over here. This is the natural levels from 2 to 10, going from dark and to light. On the top portion, we have our underlying pigments, which is going from dark to light as well. So here we have our red, kind of like a red tone, and then we have our red orange, then we have our orange, and then we have our orange yellow, yellow orange, and then we have our yellow and then pale yellow. So for example, sorry, people are messaging me. So for example, let's say me. I have a really dark natural level. I'm actually like a 1-2. We don't have a 1 on this chart, but let's just say I'm a 2. So I'm a 2, pretend my whole head is dark, right? I'm a level 2 and my goal is to get to this color, like a really light blonde. You will have to lighten the hair or lift the hair. So for example, let's pretend the lightener only lifts 4 levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I'm gonna be at, when I lift the hair, it's gonna be this color. It'll come out to that tone. And of course we don't want that color, right? So we're gonna go ahead and tone it down. So we're gonna tone it. And I would have to come back for a second session and then go 1, 2, 3, maybe even 3 or 4 sessions. Sometimes it's better to do it in sessions just so you keep the longevity of your hair. And to be honest with you guys, my hair used to be super thick and super long. Girl, look at how thin my hair is now. Like, you can see it. It's super thin and it's super, like, it's kind of short, but I trimmed it maybe 4 or 5 times last year. Biggest regret. But anyways, you're gonna have to go through all these phases in order to get to your desired color. So for all those clients that say like, why can't you make me blonde in 1 session? And I'm like, because I don't want your hair to fall off, and because you need to go through all these phases to get through here. And if I lift, everybody lifts differently depending on the texture of the hair, the porosity, and as well as like if you even take care of your hair or what you do every day. What you do every day plays a big role. And for example, if you're always in the sun, or if you just throw your hair up in a tita bun, like you don't even care, you use like drugstore products, all of that plays a big role in having and taking care of blonde light hair. So what else? Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, so not all types of hair will go through that 10 degrees of decolorization. Each natural hair color starts the decolorization process at a different stage. and you can't really tell like just by looking at the hair. You actually need to do it. So for those people that are like, oh, how much sessions do you think it'll be to get me to like your hair? And I'm like, girl, I don't know, like you have a different hair as I do. We have different texture, different porosity. My hair history could be different from yours. You could have had using like box dye, because box dye, girl, that's your enemy. Like, to be honest with you, I mean, I love doing box dye like hair transformations, but sometimes it could be a pain in the ass. And let me tell you, it catches up to you in the future if you want to lie to us hairstylists like, no, this is virgin hair, I've never used box dye, and then when we color it we see all that box dye, and it's like, girl, why'd you lie? Like, it's not gonna, like, it's gonna tell me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and refer to my book. But yeah, so you have to use lightener to lift the hair to a really light blonde. You can't use hair color. I mean, you can use hair color like permanent dye to lift, but it's not gonna bring like, it's not gonna become like really light, you know what I mean? It's not gonna come a light blonde. I'm gonna read my Lady book, because I'm learning with y'all. I mean, even if I just graduated, I'm still learning, okay? So the amount of change depends on the amount of pigment in the hair. Oh yeah, pigment plays a big role. Like if I got a lot of pigment, or if you don't, or melanin and all those good stuffs in your hair. Okay, so the strength of the lightening. Okay, so the amount of change in your hair depends on the pigment of your hair, depends on the strength of the lightening product, so what kind of lightening product you're using, and also the length of time that the product is processed. So usually it says on top of the box or like the container 30 to 45 minutes depending on your desired look, right, or the desired color. Sometimes it says not to put it under heat, or sometimes it says to put it in heat. Natural hair can go through as many as 10 stages and also 11 or 12. Decolorizing the hair's natural melanin pigment allows the colors to create the exact degree of contributing pigment needed for the hair, for the final result. So first the hair is decolorized to the appropriate level, then the new color is applied to deposit the desired color. The natural pigment that remains in the hair contributes to the artificial color that is added. Lightening the hair to the correct stage is essential to a beautiful, controlled, final hair coloring result. And you can expect for your stylist to not cause like damage to the hair without lifting, because lightener does, like, you're, I don't want to say like you're killing it, but it's like you are, you know, like, I don't want to say it like that, but I want to say it like that. That it's hard to say, oh, I can lighten your hair without damaging it. I mean, you could use like B3 or Olaplex, or like, what else do they do? Like Paul Mitchell, I learned that you could use marula oil, the serum thing. But it's very difficult to lift someone's hair to a really light blonde without saying that you're not gonna damage it, because you will. Just saying, okay? I think I pretty much covered everything, from talking about the primary colors, secondary, tertiary colors, the toners, the intensity, going over these, the natural levels and the underlying pigments. The 30, like, let's say in between here, so 30%, that's more pigmented than gray hair. 50% even mixture of a gray and pigmented hair. And then 70 to 90 and 100. So 70 to 90 more gray than pigmented. Most of the remaining pigment is located in the back of the head. And then 100, yeah, there's no 100, but 100 over here would be virtually no pigmented hair. It tends to look white. I'm just gonna go over one more part of the book, just so I make sure I went over everything. Oh, okay. It says to identify natural level, you will take a 1/2 inch square section in the crown area, and hold it up from the scalp. Hold it up. like that, and then you'll put this like that. So hold it, and then you see it like this. And that's how you find the natural color. I think I pretty much colored. Why do I keep saying colored? Ooh, I have needles. I think I pretty much colored. Why do I keep saying colored? Oh my freaking gosh. I think I pretty much covered everything that I needed to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't from the beginning. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!